Students of standard 7, last time we had gone through a few puzzles that were written in lesson number 2. The title of your lesson is Exploring Puzzles. Today we will continue with activity 6. Activity 6 has to teach you one thing, that is what is an absolute concept and what is a relative concept. Absolute concept means what, that there is no comparison possible. And relative concept, you can compare. Say for example, rich. A person may be more rich, a person may be less rich. So rich is what? It is a relative concept. Same way say the word beautiful. Someone may be more beautiful, someone may be less beautiful. So see, comparison is possible. So wherever comparison is possible, it is called a relative concept. Over here in the textbook they have given you one more example, that is about the cost. Say something may be more costly, something may be less costly. So see, more it may be more, it may be less. So wherever comparison is possible, such concepts are called relative concepts. Okay. Say in activity 6, when we did activity 5, over there you had a story of Akbar and Birbal. What did Akbar do? He drew a line on the ground. And what did he tell Birbal? To make the line short without touching it. And so Birbal, he took another stone and he drew a longer line below it. Okay. So long, short, all these are what? These are relative concepts. Okay. Say for example, this is a short line. But if I draw a shorter line than that, this becomes more short. So over here, see, we cannot say, okay, this measure is short or this measure is long. It can be anything. So wherever comparison is possible, it may be more short, it may be less short. Okay, so wherever someone may be more tall, someone may be less. So wherever comparison is possible, such concepts are called relative concepts. I am reading activity 6, page number 17. Birbal did not make the line shorter than it was when Akbar first drew it. But he made Akbar's line shorter than his line. So what did Birbal do? He tried to see that Birbal's line became short. How? By drawing a longer line so that Akbar's line becomes short. Akbar's line cannot be said to be short. It can be longer or shorter to another line. So only in comparison. So wherever comparison is possible, it is called a relative concept. What is written over here? Short is not an absolute concept. Why? Because short is a relative concept. So, because your line can be long or short depending on comparison to another line. Say if I say this line is short compared to this line. But this line is not short if I compare it to this one. So, wherever you make comparisons, it is a relative concept. As we think about puzzles and problems, we want to be sure that our assumptions are correct. See, we read about assumptions also. Why was Birbal able to give the correct answer? Because he thought clearly and logically. He did not make assumptions. That is what we read. We also want to remember that many things cannot be described in absolute terms. So, they have to be described in relative terms. Say for example, the cost of a dosa. Say if a dosa in a restaurant costs ₹100, for a rich person it may not be costly. But for a poor person that ₹100 dosa may be costly. So over here, cost is what? Cost is a relative term. Same way, say over here at the end of page number 17. A rich man may think that a dosa is very cheap, but a poor man may think it is very costly. So cost is a relative concept. Moreover, say someday in winter, say you may feel cool. The weather may be cool. But you say the day before it was even cooler than that. So over here, cold or hot also. This is more cold, this is more hot, this is less cold. So hot and cold are also relative concepts. During winter, we may feel that the weather is cold, but the weather is probably very warm relative to the weather in the South Pole. But if we compare the weather in Gujarat to the weather in the South Pole, what natural? The weather in South Pole is much cooler, okay? So over here, see, cold, we can compare. Hot, we can compare. So those are called relative concepts. Now they have given you a few examples. You can use the same logic. Can Can something be more tall or less tall? Yes. Can something be more cool or less cool? Yes. So wherever comparison is possible, then it is called a relative concept. Now see the first example they given you. Tall. Someone may be more tall or less tall, relative concept. Rich, I have already explained you. Now free. Can something be more free or less free? No. Free means free. So that is absolute concept. Dead. Can there be comparison? This is more dead and this is less dead? No. Dead means dead. Okay. So dead is an absolute concept. Educated. Now see the word educated. More educated, less educated. Yes. There can be comparison. So relative concept. Beautiful. More beautiful, less beautiful. So there can be a comparison. So relative concept. So over here you have a few examples. You can write down three more examples. 3 more examples for absolute concept. 3 more examples for relative concept. Think about words. Which way you will find whether this is an absolute concept or whether it is a relative concept. But just remember, for absolute concept, comparison is not possible. For a relative concept, comparison is possible. The next activity that you have on page number 18, that's activity 7. It's just a puzzle. I am reading out the puzzle. The answer is also given on the same in the same activity. If a camel rider has gone 3 days ago and he left on Tuesday and came back on Tuesday, how is that possible? So from Tuesday to Tuesday we know it makes more than 7 days. But how is that possible? Because the name of the camel was Tuesday. So he went on Tuesday and he came back on Tuesday. That is possible because Tuesday is not over here. You should not consider Tuesday as a day. But Tuesday over here is the name of a camel. Activity 8 is a poem and the title of the poem is It's a Puzzle. And who has written this poem is Alan Elberg. Now this person has written the poem. Now see over here in this poem, you can understand one thing. Say for example A and B are 2 friends. Okay? But you know when you have friends, the best thing about having a friend is you share all your secrets with your friends. Whatever, say for example you have friends at home. Whatever happens in the school on any particular day, you go and share it with your friend at home. You have friends in the school also. Whatever happens at home, whatever interesting you have gone through, you share it with your friends in the school. So you know friends are people with whom you share all your secrets. Plus, if that person is your best friend, then there is no question of keeping any secret from your best friend because you share almost all your thoughts with your best friends. Now over here, this puzzle says what? That say for example A and B are 2 friends. But you know friends sometimes they have a quarrel for just a very silly reason. In the class also you must have experienced it. That you might have had a little quarrel with your best friend. What do you do maximum? You don't talk with that friend for 1 or 2 days. But then again you become friends and you start talking with each other and your relationship again becomes normal. Okay? You forget about that quarrel very easily. Why? Because that person is your best friend. Now over here A and B are 2 friends. For example, these are not the names written in the poem. But say for example A and B are best friends. Now what does A feel? That B, my best friend, has gone away from me. Means like she is keeping secrets from me. She is not telling me all the secrets. And what has B done? She is going about with Tracy Hackett. So instead of A, B has made Tracy Hackett as her best friend. So this girl B has made another girl Tracy Hackett as her best friend. So what will A do? A will also find out another best friend. So A has found another girl Alice Banks to be her best friend. So now see these 2 friends, they have made 2 other girls as their best friends. Why? Because there are some secrets they are not telling each other. Both of them think that they are keeping some secrets from each other. Keeping some secrets from each other means they are hiding some secrets from each other. Now on page number 20, it's a puzzle by Alan Elberg. My friend is not my friend anymore. She has secrets from me. She has secrets from me means she does not tell me all her secrets these days. Why? Because she has made someone else as her best friend. And goes about with Tracy Hackett. So this girl feels that my friend B is not my friend because she goes about with Tracy Hackett. I would get her back, only do not want to say so. But does A want B again to be her friend? Yes. So I pretend to have secrets from her and go about with Alice Banks. So she just pretends what? That she has made Alice Banks as her best friend. But what bothers me is maybe she is pretending. Maybe this B is also pretending, A is also pretending, B is also pretending. Mean they just show that they are keeping secrets from each other, but actually there is nothing wrong in their relationship as such. And would like me back means I would like to have that my best friend as my best friend again. Only does not want to say so. In which case maybe it bothers her that I am pretending. But if we are both pretending, then really we are friends and do not know. So see, both of them are pretending. And if they are only pretending, then there is no question of a breaking up the friendship because they are still friends. On the other hand, how can we be friends and have secrets from each other and go about with other people? But if we are best friends, we should not keep secrets from each other. We should not hide things from each other and we should not go about with other people. We should be together. My friend is not my friend anymore unless she is pretending. I cannot think what to do. It's a puzzle. So she does not know what to do. Whether she must tell her friend that okay, you stop going about with Tracy Hackett and you be my friend again. Or should I leave Alice Banks and go and tell her that you be my friend again. So it's a puzzle. Anyways, one activity that they have given you is, say for example, these four people. These two friends and these two, Alice Banks and Tracy Hackett. All of them happen to meet at a certain place. Then what would be their conversation? What would they talk about? That is the activity that they have given. What would be their conversation? So that is in the form of a dialogue. What would they talk about when they meet? Okay, so they meet at a tea stall and then they start talking to each other. Anyways, so this was the end of activity 8. Activity 8, the whole poem is written over here on page number 20. Okay. And what is mentioned is in this poem, there is no dialogue but there is a story. So over here, what do you feel that this poem is like a story? Okay, pretend that all the four people in the story accidentally meet at a tea stall. So all these two and these two, all of them accidentally meet at a tea stall. Work in group to write dialogue that has each of the four characters speak. Okay, so if they meet, what would they speak about? What would they talk about it if they accidentally meet at a tea stall? That is what you have to write. Just form an imaginary dialogue. This you can do it on your own. What would they talk about? Say A would say what, B would say what, Alice Banks would say what, Tracy Hackett would say what. That is what you can write over here. That is activity 8. Activity 8, that's on page number 21, tells you to write a dialogue. Okay. Now I have just given you an example how you can go about writing a dialogue. As we already know that all these friends, what is the situation of the dialogue? Say for example, these four people, they get together at a tea stall. So how will the dialogue start? Say for example, A, that we had given the name for one girl in the poem. Okay. So she'll say, hi, how are you? How are you is a question. See, when you write the dialogue, you should also put proper punctuation marks. So a question mark. Then she is telling me, seeing you after a long time. B. So how are you? She'll give the answer. I am fine and meet my friend Tracy Hackett. Now see, she has come over there with her friend Tracy Hackett. So what is she saying? Meet my friend Tracy Hackett. She is my best friend. We know that both of them have separated and they have got some other girl as their best friend. So meet my best friend Tracy Hackett. So now A, will she say, oh, will she show on her face that she is not happy with that? No. She will say that's great. And then she is pointing towards Alice Banks. So such things you need to, in a dialogue, you need to write them in a bracket. She is my best friend Alice Banks. So what is Alice saying? Nice to meet you. Tracy, she is also telling, see, this is a conversation. So all the four of them have to speak. It does not mean that only these two will keep speaking and these two will keep quiet. All the four of them should have some or the other dialogue. So Alice will say nice to meet you because Alice is meeting both of them for the first time. Okay. And Tracy is meeting the other two friends for the first time. So and Tracy also said nice to meet you all. Then A, since they are at a tea stall, now see how will the conversation continue. You just have to think that there are four people. And then how will the conversation continue? They are at a tea stall. So A will suggest, okay, now let's have some tea and snacks. So what is A saying? Let's have tea and some snacks. So Tracy, she will say, okay, nice idea. Then one of them will order for the tea and this and that, and they'll talk about things. So this is how you continue further with the dialogue. But this is how you need to learn to write a dialogue. See, mainly who is saying what? Over here you do not have to put the inverted commas, but see that you put proper punctuation marks. If you have to write the expression or something of the person, you write it within a bracket. And see, if a question is asked, the next line should have the answer, or the person who is expected to give the answer should give the answer, like that. See that your dialogue. So you can write two more dialogues for or follow four of them. Like see, if we consider this as one part, like that you can make two more parts and give a proper conclusion to the dialogue. Try doing it on your own. It should be very interesting.